What is going on, everyone? It is March 11th. We're going to be talking about March 12th NBA slate. Now, thank you guys so much. This is our first video at 321 subscribers at the time I'm recording, and we're at a new scenery at my uncle's place. It's not going to be an every time thing, but I thought we'll have something nice, a little fireplace, little plants to show a beginning. I don't know, something like that. But there is a challenge going on for tonight's games. Hopefully, your picks are doing well. And if nobody wins, we're going to run it back until somebody wins. Now, if 5 people wins, then we might have to keep going until there's one winner, okay? Well, let's start off with the Pistons and the 76ers. First and foremost, I am going to say that these two teams, the last time they faced each other, they're both close. Pistons haven't covered the spread is basically what I'm saying. Now, this game, Embiid's not playing. Also, Tyrese Maxey's not playing. And then Kelly Oubre's not playing. Those are 3 very important players. And on the other hand, the Pistons will be without Ozzie Thompson, right? And the 76ers have given up 7 points per game more than the Pistons. The Pistons are at home. They have more momentum, more reasons to win. I think the Pistons can easily win this game, but I am too afraid to pick the spread because the Pistons struggle to blow this team out. So I am going to just say Pistons to win comfortably at home. The spread is something you can pick. The next game is the Suns and the Pacers. The Pacers, I'm done backing them up. They're horrible this season. Now, on the bright side, Zubac might be playing tomorrow, but on the not bright side, Siakam is doubtful, and on top of that, even if Zubac plays, he's not been playing for a while, so he's going to be rusty, okay? So I am going to pick the Suns to completely annihilate this team and cover their 8.5 spread easily. The last time they faced each other, the Suns won by 36 points. Why not win by 9 points this game? Defensively, the Suns give up 8 points per game less than the Pacers. They're 6-4 last 10, and the Pacers are, again, 0-10. So I'm picking the Suns to easily win this game on the road. The next game is the Wizards versus the Magic. Now, again, the spread is not up, but I would not pick the Magic on the spread. I'm too scared. I don't hate the Magics, but the way they play is not my style. It's not something I like to watch. I never say, oh my God, I'm going to watch the Magic game tonight. Never. It's just not my interest and my style. They're a good team, don't get me wrong, and they should beat this Wizards team that are 1-9. They face each other 3 times this season. The Magic blew them out twice, but the middle game, which was in January 6th, the Wizards won by 8 points, which I don't know how. Defensively, the Magic give up 10 points per game less than the Wizards. What I worry about is a guy named Alexander Asar. This guy can hoop. He's good. The Magic should win comfortably at home. That is my pick. The next game is the Hawks versus the Nets. Now, the Nets are without Michael Porter Jr. On top of that, they're without Sharpe, and then also that Igor Demin guy. These are 3 people that the Nets need. On top of how bad they're doing, they need these people. Now, on the other hand, the Hawks have 2 people questionable. Dyson Daniels and Kuminga. Doesn't matter. They're at home. They're doing really well. They're 9-1 last 10 on the spread. They're 8-2 last 10 in general. The Nets, 2-8 last 10. And they're 3-7 last 10 on the spread. They face each other twice. The first time, the Hawks only won by 5. The second time by 11. But this time, the Hawks being at home, the Nets not having their main shooters, I think the Hawks will easily destroy and annihilate this team. All right, they're going to win and cover that 13.5 spread. The Hawks score 10 points per game more than the Nets in general throughout the whole season. I don't see why they don't blow out this team first half. But my pick is 13.5 with the Hawks. The next game is the Bucks versus the Heat. By the way, before we talk about this, I want to say that all of you guys know how much I respect Bam. I've always been saying I like the way he plays. It's simple. It's good. He plays like the early 2000s. Who just scored 83 points. And I don't care. I don't care if it's 40 free throws. I don't care. Guess what? If SGA did that, you guys would have given him props. Just because a center did it, don't be offended, okay? Bam did his thing. He scored 83. It's Wilt, Bam, Kobe. The next time you make a shot, you say Bam. Okay, bad joke. Respect to Kobe, though. But let's talk about it. That Lakers and Raptors game in 2006, that Raptors team was probably as bad as the Wizards right now. They only had 1 good player on the Raptor team. Right now, the Wizards, they have Alexander Asar. I mean, they're both bad, okay? Now, that Lakers team, they were losing by the Raptors. Thank God Kobe scored 81 points that they ended up winning. If he didn't, they would have lost that game. Now, the Miami Heat, they didn't have a lot of players to support Bam either yesterday. They didn't have Tyler Hero. They didn't have Norman Powell. They didn't have Andrew Wiggins. And he dropped 83. So let's give credit to Bam. It's due, okay? Now, against the Bucks, though, I'm going to pick the Bucks to cover the plus 6.5. They face each other twice. The Bucks won once by 9 points. And the other time, the Miami Heat won by 3 at home. The reason why I'm picking the Bucks to cover the spread is because Giannis is playing. And on the other hand, the Heat are going to be without Andrew Wiggins, Norman Powell, Cale Ware is questionable, Tyler Hero is questionable. I'm a realistic person. Just because Bam dropped 83 doesn't mean I'm going to just pick Miami Heat all the time. I'm going to pick Bucks to cover the spread. I get it, they've not been doing good this season, but Giannis has been out a lot too. But I think this team can make the game close even if they don't win. I'm picking the Bucks plus 6.5. The next game we're going to be talking about is the Mavericks versus the Grizzlies. Now, the Mav will have Cooper Flag, and the Grizzlies will not have four people that are important: Cedric Howard, Santi Aldama, Walton Clayton Jr., KCP, John Morant, Tyronn Maxey, Zach Edey. Make that 7. Sorry about that. The Mavericks should be able to cover that negative 4.5 spread. They faced each other 3 times this season. The Mavericks lost all 3 of them. I get it. They're both bad last 10. They're 2-8, both of them. I get it. Defensively, they're about the same. But with all of the starters, all of the really good players on the Grizzlies out, I can't pick with them. I don't care what you say. I'm going to pick the Mavericks to cover that negative 4.5. Maybe Cooper Flag will drop 25, 30 points on them. That is a player prop pick that I'm going to give. But the pick is negative 4.5 with Mavericks. The next game is the Nuggets versus the Spurs. Now, I get it, the Nuggets are 4-6 last 10, but let's not discredit them, okay? They've faced against the Thunders, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Wolves, the Thunders, the Celtics, the Warriors, the Clippers. They've had a really hard schedule. Doesn't mean the Spurs didn't either, but currently the Spurs are negative 4.5 favorites. I'm going to pick the Denver to cover the plus 4.5. I've been saying it the whole season. I'm not going to go against a guy named Jokic and Jamal Murray. On top of that, Aaron Gordon and Cameron Johnson is playing. I'm not going against that. Now, Victor Wembanyama is questionable. If he doesn't play tomorrow, it's over. This Spurs team is nothing against Victor Wembanyama. I'm telling you guys. I know you guys will disagree with me. I'm not saying the Spurs will be horrible without Victor. I'm sorry. But they're not going to be where they are. They're not going to be 9-1 last 10. Now, the Nuggets, I get it. They're not winning games, but I think they are capable of at least keeping the game to be plus 4.5, which is currently the spread it is. I'm picking the Nuggets to cover that. I think there's a chance that the Nuggets finally win against a top team. It could be tomorrow. So that is my pick. The next game we're going to be talking about is the Celtics versus the Thunders. Okay, let's talk. Currently, OKC is favored by negative 6.5. Celtics should have beaten the Spurs, and they were going to. But I don't know how Jaylen Brown got ejected. How did he get ejected? That was not ejection material, okay? They were beating the Spurs. And the crazy thing is, Tatum wasn't even doing that great until Jaylen Brown left. I think that the Celtics would have beaten the Spurs. You know it. You watched the game, and I saw the Celtics just dominating them. Well, dominating is too far. I just mean beating them. And against the Thunders, I'm not saying that the Celtics will beat them, but plus 6.5, I'm taking the Celtics for the plus 6.5. They're not doing horrible. They're 7-3 last 10. The Thunders are 9-1 last 10. I get it. They're home. Defensively, they're about the same. And offensively, with Tatum back, man, this Celtics team is something else. My team that I'm picking to win the NBA Finals is the Celtics. You guys know that. I know that. And I get it. Thunders won last year. But I still believe that the Celtics could cover the spread tomorrow. And I think the Celtics will. They will. Trust me. Trust me, but don't bet on it. That is just my prediction. I think that the Celtics can definitely cover the spread. Now, Derek White is questionable. Vucevic is still out with finger. Hopefully, Peyton Pritchard plays. Now, again, that game against the Spurs, Peyton Pritchard didn't play either. So think about it. Jaylen Brown got ejected. Peyton Pritchard didn't play. And they only lost by 9 points against the Spurs. Come on. That is a finals team. Anyways, we're going to go on to the next game. By the way, if you haven't, picked it up, Celtics is my pick in that game, plus 6.5. All right, the last game is my Lakers versus the Bulls. The Lakers are favored by 10.5. They've faced each other already, and the Lakers won at the Bulls Stadium by 11 points. Why can't they do it at home? Why can't they just win by 30 points at home? Well, the spread is 10.5. I'm picking the Lakers to cover the spread. Now, I get it. LeBron James questionable. I get it. Smart doubtful. And I get it. Hayes is questionable. But I also get that Luka dropped a triple-double against the Timberwolves without LeBron. Austin Reeves dropped 31, 7, 8 against the Timberwolves without LeBron. My point, I love LeBron, but even without LeBron, the Lakers will still be good. They can drop teams like Timberwolves, which is a really good team. Now, the Bulls are struggling. They're 3-7 last 10. The Lakers have the momentum with them. They won 3 in a row, then they lost to the Nuggets, and now they're on a 3-game winning streak. Why not make it 4 against a team like Bulls that are struggling? That is my pick. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.